we've talked about his comments around Chris and Chris, and now Chris is going to talk about his comments about Chris and Penny, because there was a bit of confusion around Penny promising or making the pledge or saying that they were going to get rid of gang patches. So there's a bit of mixed messaging coming out of Labor as well.
All right, I want to ask you about gang patches too. You're talking about people that aren't agreeing potentially on policy. Last week, Tāmaki Makaurau candidate Penni Henare said he would repeal the gang patch law. You've said, though, that you wouldn't repeal the legislation making it illegal to wear gang patches in public. So what is your stance?
The Labor Party's stance is we oppose to the gang patch introduction or the ban on gang patches, but we're not going to repeal it. We think there's more important things to do in that area. Gang activity has continued to increase despite the fact the patches have been taken away. There's more gang members today than there ever have been. Methamphetamine use, which is one of the gang's main lines of business, has doubled since the gang patch ban was introduced. So it's made gang activity less visible, but it has certainly hasn't tackled the issues with gangs.
So what about the inconsistency with your party line and Mr. Henare's then? Is there a bit of inconsistency going on here?
Well, Penni Henare was asked for a personal view in the context of a by-election campaign. He shared that. But the Labor Party view and the Labor Party position is that we won't be repealing the gang patch ban.
He's obviously standing, like we said, he started with voting yesterday. How is his campaign going, and do you think he's on track to win the seat?
We'll leave the actual thing about it, because there's an interesting thing there, and I guess when I hear politics, sometimes I think about what are they going to say, and you can see that there is an attack ad coming out, which is, how can these guys say that what we did was the worst thing in the world by banning patches? It wasn't going to work, yet they're going to keep it. The flip side to that is if Labor was to say, well, we're going to just cancel the gang patch ban, they're soft on gangs. There's sort of no win here for Labor, and it is a mixed message, and Penny probably put his foot in it by doing that. And it's actually a tough one, because, if you say we're going to cancel the gang patch ban, you're soft on gangs. If you say you want to stick by it, you're a hypocrite because you told us not to do it.
Yeah, but again, this is what we've talked about. National are going to criticise Labor regardless of what Labor does. Like, they're already criticising Labor for like, I saw a thing on Instagram today, some fucking dreadful video, saying that Labor is pro-mongrel mob. You know, they're doing it already. So then fuck what they think. Act on principle. That's what we want. That's what we want to vote for, right? You said when they brought this in that it was a breach of human rights, that it was a terrible piece of legislation, that it was a waste of time law. You've gone on TV now and you said, look, it's not accomplishing anything. It's not hurting the gangs at all. It's business as usual. So stand on that. Stand on those things, your words and actions. Make it consistent and go, we're going to get rid of this because it's a garbage piece of law and it is a distraction. We know how to combat gangs. We were doing it before National got in. We were having an effect on that. We were having an effect on their revenue streams and all of that sort of thing. Stand on your principles.
I wonder if there's quite an easy way around this question now that I think about it, actually. What you do as the leader of the opposition, you go, if we get in, we're going to take advice from the Human Rights Commission. If this is seen to be a breach of human rights, then we'll get rid of it. In saying all of that, this is not high on our agenda. You know, a piece of clothing on someone's back. What's high on our agenda is, and lay your thing out. You know, you could put it to the side by saying we're going to look at this when we get in. Obviously, we don't believe in breaching anyone's human rights. If this is that, we will address it then. Done. To the side. Gone.
We're going to get people out of the gangs by improving the situation in their communities, by making sure that they have jobs, by making sure that the economy is geared for everyone, not the wealthy. Hammer that point for every time you're in front of the camera.